Welcome back, everybody. It's Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and every week we shine light on different aspects of this issue. Today, we are uncovering sexual abuse in the family, and here with us is clinical psychologist Dr. Corey Gonzalez, joining us once again this month. Good morning, Dr. Corey.
Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for joining us. Let's start out by answering the question why. Why family would keep this a secret?
Fear. Consequences, loss of stability of family. They've been threatened a lot of times, manipulated by a perpetrator or a pedophile. And there's lots of reasons not go there. You know, lose their home, someone goes to jail, someone's going to get violent, someone won't believe them. Lots of reasons why people don't disclose.
And how can a family member process being abused by another family member? It's really a touchy topic.
Yeah, it is, Anthony. And to understand, these situations are so complicated. You know, when you talk about perpetrators and pedophiles, you're talking about complex people. They're calculating. Everyone's going to be confused. But the most important thing on that question, make sure you get your own stuff in order and try to be there for the person. The genesis of these problems, there's been boundary violations. You maintain that boundary by realizing who's this for. I'm for them right now. I'm going to attend to them and let them know I care about them. And we're going to get to the truth on this thing. And I'm going to be there for you and support you.
Sexual abuse in the family and domestic abuse within family can be a very touchy topic. There's a lot of relationships. You may be close with that person. What are the best ways of untangling those emotions? Yeah,
this is where the complexities come in. A lot of times you have mixed feelings toward the perpetrator. Some ways, again, they're very calculating. They figure out families where the needs are and the voids. They go in there and they can actually do some good, but they also do a lot of harm. So at least people with conflicted feelings don't get into your black and white thinking. Understanding is complicated.
And there might be some defense mechanisms that other family members should watch out for.
Yeah, denial. You can't go there. What do you do with this? As a child, you're exposed to adult stuff. Where do you put it psychologically, developmentally impact, financially? But also there's blame. You know, Anthony, a lot of people, when there's something like this happens, there's a lot of collateral damage, like suicide, where everyone's scratching their head, saying, what could I have done differently? And some people aren't that discerning, and they just blame others. And also we have, you know, guilt. A lot of people wonder, did I enable this, or is this my fault? The reality is that nobody's responsible for that behavior other than the perpetrator.
Dr. Corey Gonzalez joining us, talking about uncovering sexual abuse in the family. Let's move on now. Put yourself in the shoes of a victim. How should they tell a family member that they have been abused, especially if the person abusing them was a respected member in that family? Yeah,
it's a tough call. I think, you know, it's interesting because about 1 in 3 kids, when they're a child, do disclose this. Later on, about 25% of adults disclose. So about 60–65% of the people disclose. 35 to 40 go to their grave not talking about this. If you're going to disclose, rehearse yourself. Get your feelings, your raw feelings in order, get them refined, find the person in the family you want to disclose to, and let them know your needs. And your needs may be some just acknowledgement, or how this impacts your development, or perhaps my needs to set boundaries with this family member at holiday gatherings. Let them know your needs.
And does this impact change with time? Does it get any better? Does it get any worse? What do you think?
It can. I see a lot of people with this issue. If you have the right care and you have good boundaries and a safe environment, and you're distant from violation, your lifestyle's not keeping you in that. Let's face it, Anthony, when you're young and the hardwiring is going on and you're exposed to this kind of abuse, it can cause personality disorder issues where your attachments are dysfunctional. But if you can get away from having those boundary violations and get along the road and have a good psychologist to help you with emotional intelligence, understanding your triggers, your protective measures, how to set good boundaries in a safe environment and empower you, yes, you can make progress and get better.
A good psychologist like Dr. Corey Gonzalez, maybe? Final question for you, doctor. How can we support this victim who went through abuse?
Let them know that you hear them. This is a very serious thing. You don't need to get into being the judge, jury, or executioner right away. You let them know you're going to see this through with them. You care about them, you support them, what they need from you, and let them know that this is about them right now. And try to help them, be with them through that process. Let the process unfold. And there is some unspoken justice that can occur when people go in the system on this stuff. So don't take matters in your own hand. A lot of guys with some masculinity want to take care of business. It's important to let this thing fall through and let it play through. And only 10% of the time does CPS and the police involved in these cases, by the way.
Dr. Corey Gonzalez talking more about uncovering sexual abuse in the family. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this important topic this morning.
Always a pleasure, Anthony.
Of course. Well, stick with us. We'll have a look at your weather forecast after the break.